Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to talk about tomorrow's update. The main topic is going to be the special guide system that is going to be implemented for new players. But we'll obviously comment on every single point that they're going to add and release. And to do that, we're going to have a look at the update maintenance notice that you see here now on the screen. So yeah, let's go through it and read it, and I will comment on the different points. Initially, it's just the maintenance schedule and the compensation, nothing different. Then we have in the update summary, we have the preview of the two new Collab units that are going to be introduced starting tomorrow. We have the SSR Plus Tokoyami Towa and SSR Plus Mori Calliope. Both of them are yellow, and I already covered their kits and first impression in a dedicated video, so you can refer to that if you haven't watched it already. So I would say we can move on to the rest of the stuff. There is no reason to stick to it. I will definitely be streaming tomorrow, and I will create the live probably tomorrow morning European time. And the time of the live stream is going to be evening for the like European time zone. That's just approximate. Again, refer to the live I will create tomorrow morning so that you have the actual time in your time zone. But okay, enough of that. Let's move on with the content that they're going to release. We have the usual floor expansion for adventure, both the standard and the hard mode. So no big changes here, usual stuff. Then we have these special guide missions. And every time they add stuff for new players, one way or another, they always mess it up. They always do. Since the first time they implemented the welcome banners with the Iwa, Joaquin, and Evankel banners, not doing anything retroactively was such a bad move on their side. Basically, if someone that started playing after 6 months could have a way better account than a day one player in just a week. It was really stupid, insane, made zero sense. And it didn't seem like they learned from this mistake. Also, when they implemented the Nonstop banners, etc., all the previous players have always been screwed up, more or less. So yeah, the way they handle the existing player base to me is very disappointing. I don't like it. It's really, really stupid. I don't get what it's so hard to understand in how you can like also provide support for your existing player base and don't just uh, mess it up and make them want to leave. I don't know, it's really stupid. They should have just added all of these systems for everyone. Then for new players, sure, you can have dedicated stuff, but if you're adding new missions or new banners that were not available to previous players in one way or another, then you definitely have to compensate those earlier players. Otherwise, it makes no fucking sense. But okay, this new system is only going to be available to you if you created an account after March 24. So if you started in February, let's say Gustav Banner was already over, so it was Yama's turn, and you start playing then, you're going to be screwed because you're not going to be included here. You will have lost the 1.5 anniversary Nonstop SSR Plus banner, the Gustav banner, all of that stuff lost, and you will have just a standard account with nothing in it. And a lot of the things that are going to be implemented in this special guide mission is only going to be for new players that again started after March 24, which is really, really stupid. But I guess enough of that. I will comment more on this point once we look at the dev notes, because there is a very small section that I want to comment on, and I will go back to this topic. But it's really, really disappointing, guys. I don't know why they decided to do that. And let me know in the comments how you feel about this, because it's really stupid. Then we have the collab events. So all of this stuff is collab related. We have the special summon for the two new units, the exchange shop, the story, the event missions, another exchange shop, the festival for both units that are going to give us some more free rewards, the boost missions. I don't remember if we also had those for the previous collabs. I think we only had the festivals. But for the boost missions, we can expect to get free copies at this point. So maybe the banners are going to be cheaper than they were in the past. I would say for the last collab, it was around 120k per banner. Now we could expect either the same or lower, so maybe 100k for each, could already be reasonable to max out both units, so 200k for both units. But we'll see when all of this is going to be live. Then we have the Sweet Holly live event. No idea what that's gonna be, but again, another event, so free stuff, always good. Then we have missions for the two made costumes. The last costumes were all tied to Revolution 4, the ones for Ejin, Alice, and also Dawn. I don't know if they're going to do the same here. Hopefully not. I don't want to be forced to go for Revolution 6 on collab units, because collab units do not count toward the archive completion. And I don't want to go for Revolution 6 unless forced to. And hiding a costume behind it to me would be forcing, because why would I give up on a free costume? So whatever. That's just one thing I wanted to mention, but hopefully they're going to be free for everyone without any kind of restriction tied to, again, dupe level and revolution investment. Then we have the trial missions. This could be interesting because if the trial is going to be for both SSR Plus units at the same time, you can kind of decide how you want to manage it. You can use 3 days one trial, 3 days the other to push for like 6 days, one after the other. Could be interesting, or I don't know. We'll see how they're going to implement it. The same thing is going to apply for the Tap Plus. I don't know if we're going to get two at the same time, if it's going to be 1 week for one unit, 1 week for the other. No clue. I hope it's going to be 2 weeks of Tap with both units up at the same time. That's going to be pretty massive, but I don't know. And then we have the Yasracha boss battle. Okay, fine, just an additional boss battle. Then we have the faction competition event Yama versus Yasracha. This is a sort of remake from the Gustang against Drumray faction competition. I didn't like that because the rewards were really trash, and also it was kind of weird and obvious which one was going to win since they won. It was never really a competition. Let's see if they address that. But it was just a random thing that you had to do every single day, and you only got very minimal rewards out of it. Then we have the associated ranking race, okay, and the Alliance Expedition Season 19. Next, we have the two costumes I mentioned before, nothing major. And then for the new products, we have the Lucky Wheel and new bundles. They never give a lot of information, so whatever. In Miscellaneous, we have quite a few important things. We have the Astrolabe max level increase. I think now the maximum amount of gears or whatever item that is that you can get is 4k after maxing out all the three uh, types, so Link XP, Shinsu, and coins. You will have 4k gear left over. I don't know if that's gonna be enough for maxing these new levels. I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see how they're going to implement that and manage the requirements in terms of investment. Then we have the multi-deck application stage change for normal adventure. It should also be hard mode. I don't know why they only mention normal adventure, but whatever. They're going to change it so that you are not required to have 3 teams at floor 21 and 4 teams at floor 31. It's going to be 2 teams starting from floor 21, then 3 teams starting from floor 51, and 4 teams starting from floor 71, which is a lot easier and will make like progressing in the early game super smooth, super easy, really nice. It's probably a bit too easy, but we'll see. I will definitely create a new account, a new free to play account for this sort of 2 weeks period. I will see if I will last the whole 2 weeks, but I will definitely try out the new system that they're going to introduce. So the special guide system and also these new stages to see what's the most optimal way. But I know that Archer Q is also going to do the same. And Archer Q is the guy that's like creating and managing the beginner guide that you will find on my Discord server. So if you're a new player, definitely head over to my Discord server and look at the guide. Archer Q will be updating it as soon as he creates a new account and starts trying stuff out. So if you are wondering which is the best option, ask over in the Discord server or just refer to that guide when it's going to be updated. But I want to test them out myself as well, so I will definitely create an account and try out some stuff. So yeah, for this one, they're also going to change the stage jump section. So you're going to be able to skip more floors than before. And there is going to be these sort of achievement missions that are going to be revised. I never really experienced them. I haven't created an account in a long time, so I don't know, but okay. They're going to revamp the ranking race shop as well. I hope they're not going to remove any of the existing stuff, but they're just going to add more. Or maybe some refreshes to the purple revolution mats. That's definitely the most important item in the shop, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll see what they're going to do on that. The new filter on teammate codex, I don't care. Announcement notifications, I don't care. Then we have some additional changes to the Nonstop SSR Plus and the Nonstop SSR for the new players. They are going to increase the purchase limit for the SSR Plus. This one I think is only for the purchasable tickets with real money and not the amount of tickets you will get from the missions. So probably not that relevant for some, like for the majority of the people. But then we have also new selectable teammates added to the roster. So you will not be restricted to just summoning up to, what's the one now? Probably Kaiser. I think everyone after Kaiser is not available. So yeah, they're going to expand this roster. I don't know up to which unit. That's going to be the biggest question mark. But I have a feeling Eden is still going to be the preferred pick in this scenario. But again, when the time will come, so tomorrow, feel free to ask over to Discord which is the best option. If people already tested, because it could take a bit more to just decide which option is the best one, but we can try to at least give you more context as to what are the pros and cons of different options. I think with the reduction of the team you need in the early stages, Eden is still the preferred pick. Then if you add the family head banners that you should have access to, that will give you Chomray and Ghosting as additional DPS options. All three of them will have max HP damage, and that will allow you to push crazy high deficits, and you will reach floor 70 in no time with those three DPS units. Another option potentially could be to go for a unit like Anniversary Iwa. She will definitely be added to the roster. I'm pretty sure she was right after Kaiser, basically. And she is a really good support unit. If you take her to Rainbow 5 thanks to this banner, that's going to be a huge boost to the survivability of your team if you are going to push like crazy deficits. And it will be good to also pair her with Mamanak. You're going to link Mamanak to Anniversary Iwa and then run at 0 dupes add-on. It should still be able to carry. If not 0 dupes, maybe 3 green or 3 blue, whatever. It can definitely carry deficits even without Rainbow 5. So that could be an option as well. I'm not sure it's going to be the best option, but it's definitely something you can consider. But for that, I think we will have to wait for the family head reruns banner for new players to understand exactly how likely you are to get the Rainbow 5. And yeah, all of that will have to be taken into account to make that decision. But if you want to go for Eden, definitely super safe pick. So you're not going to go wrong if you pick him. Then for the Welcome Nonstop SSR, they also are going to increase the selectable roster, but more on that in a second. First, I want to mention that they're going to increase the reset from 2 to 3. So instead of wishing for 3 units, you can now wish for 4. They didn't mention any increase in amount of tickets, so you probably cannot Rainbow 5 all 4 of them, but definitely it's a nice increase. The most important thing is this one that they are going to add more units to the selectable roster, which means Reflejo and Mamanak are definitely going to be inside, and there are 2 units you definitely want to max out. So to me, after this change, the units to prioritize for the SSR would be, or would likely be, because again, we have to test those things out, but Reflejo, Mamanak, Yura, and probably BAM. Unless we also get like Ocni and super recent units, then things might change. But I think those 4 would be my selection at this point. But again, more on that tomorrow, probably. But this is definitely a really good change. They're also going to change the chest, both the SSR 1 and the SSR plus 1, that you are getting from the different missions, so that they are going to have most likely the same selection as the banners. So that's definitely a really good thing. And then they're also going to revamp some achievement missions and rewards. Fine. and the rest is here is nothing. So that's all for the maintenance. Now let's have a quick look at the dev notes because there is something a bit concerning in there, and that is this slide on this special guide system. So we're going to have a look at the translated slide first. So let me bring it up. So here we have it. Well, for new users, we have the special guide mission, the special private lessons for selected people, blah, blah, blah. They're going to guide you through the content, special tutoring that is going to give you some SSR boxes, and then personalized summon according to adventure progress for the family heads. Now, the concerning part is here. Regular summoning of the household family heads activated for a specific period when conditions are met. And in the brackets, for new users. This is fucking disappointing. This makes no sense. I hope everyone that didn't get the chance of pulling for Gusting, so everyone that started let's say in February, will also have access to this banner and will be considered a new user. But looking at what they shared with us in the update maintenance, so everyone after March 24, I doubt everyone is going to have access to this. Only people that started after March 24, which is super disappointing, really stupid, makes no sense. We'll see how many tickets we're going to get for free on those banners, which kind of rates we're going to get. We have no information on anything. So it could still be crap. So even new players could just get it 0 dupes of both. Then no big deal, I guess. But if new players can Rainbow 5 one of them, then that's insanity. If they can Rainbow 5 both of them, that's extremely stupid. Really stupid. But I don't know. We'll see, guys. Unfortunately, this doesn't make me feel good about this new implementation. I think this is going to be a major flop. Really, really bad. It's going to backfire on them really hard. That's just my first impression on this new system. I don't like it at all. But also here they say when the system is applied, all targets who have not experienced summoning will be reinstated together. So again, this brings back the possibility that you're going to get the access to these banners and also the data tower banners. So High Spear Kunagero and Spear Baranak. But this for new user is still super concerning. So I don't know if for new user is only for the family heads, and this one is referring to data tower units. No idea. Let's hope this is going to be for everyone that joined after Gustang's banner was over. If that's the case, great. If it's only for people that again started after March 24, that's completely done. So we'll see which one is going to be. But okay. Then also what they're going to do here, which I think it's better if we go over the dev notes directly because they explained it a little bit more. They're going to do, like in this new system, they want to provide information for new players because there is a lot of stuff in this game after all the system they implemented, and it's not really that great. There is no great tutorial there. There is no real content creator except for me now left on this game. So finding information on what to build, who to pull for is extremely hard, and they are going to try and address those. Now, this is extremely concerning from my point of view because every time they had some sort of recommendation, they were always really stupid. So, also when they added the recommendation for the ignition weapons, they had some ignition weapons on units that really made no sense. So, I'm wondering what they're going to tell you to build. It's really, it could be a double edged sword. Now, if they give you stuff to build those units for free, then that's amazing. If they force you to spend your resources on units that are irrelevant, then that will suck. But okay, again, we'll have to wait tomorrow to see. But be careful if you're just starting out. Double check the information over to my Discord server so that you make sure the information they are giving you makes sense. Because I have I have a lot of doubts about the information they're going to share with the community. But okay, They said that this guide will walk you through building your first team. Again, I wonder which team they're going to tell you to build. They're going to guide you through building rapport and proficiency with units. That's fine, and probably they're going to do that for free and give you lots of mats for that. And then provide support for early deck building process. Again, I'm really afraid of what they might say. And with this system, they're going to guide you through the first 40 floors of adventure, trying to give you the most efficient path and rewards. Again, I'm really scared of what they might say, but we'll see. We'll see. And then they commented again on the expansion of the multi-deck stages. So again, as we see here, from 1 to 20 is going to be one team, 21 to 50, two teams, 51 to 70, three teams, 71 to 100, four teams, and then 101 and above, five teams. Pretty good progression now. Like if we look at this one, it's going to be super easy to get to floor 70 very quickly. So that's going to be massive. And what else? Here they mentioned that the Advent Summon, the one for the family head, will now work with customized conditions for new players. Again, new players. I really don't know why they're going to stress on that and not just make them available for everyone. It's really beyond me, but okay. And then they're going to bring back all past promotional. I don't know what they mean by promotional. If it's collab, I doubt it. And rerun events for those who were not able to participate in previously, ensuring equal opportunities for both new and existing regulars. Yeah, sure. They're just going like this. Oh, okay, no, I'm not going to make that comment on I could, I don't know, whatever. Ignore I was even thinking about what you know I was thinking about. But okay, so these equal opportunities is actually just for new players. Like existing regulars will not get shit. I really don't know why they're so mistreated. And I hope they're going to recognize that and see that, okay, they're bringing in new players, but they're also losing old players, which makes no sense. Just treat everyone fairly and everyone will enjoy the game. I don't really see what kind of benefit not giving access to these banners to old players will do them. Like if you give access to the family head banners, everyone will summon on them. Everyone. So why not? Why not do it? Okay, if you don't want to do it for people that started before January, it's fine, but rerun them. Why not? Like it's free money for you. It makes literally no sense. But okay, that's more or less all I wanted to mention here. Let me know in the comments how you feel about all of this. If you agree with what I said, if you don't, let me know in the comments. And I will see you guys tomorrow at the live stream. Bye.